Small break. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, we are going to discuss aromaticity. What is aromaticity? What are the aromatic compounds? And what are the types of aromatic compounds? And at the end of this video, I am going to give a large number of compounds which are important in exam point of view. Watch this video till the end and please suggest to your friends and share this video and like this video and please subscribe our channel. What is aromatic compound? What is the aromatic compound and what are the conditions required to say the particular compound is the aromatic compound? And what are the types of aromatic compounds are there? And what are the examples for each type of aromatic compound? We'll discuss in this lecture. So I'm requesting you, please watch this video till the end and please post your opinions in comment section. That will really help us a lot. Aromaticity. So what are the conditions we require to set that particular compound as an aromatic compound? The condition is, the important condition is the compound must be a cyclic compound. The compound must be a cyclic compound. And point is the compound must be a planar. So planar in the sense all the atoms of that compound which are present in the ring must be present in same plane. The second essential condition is the compound must be a planar. And third one is in that compound every atom should contain at least one unhybridized p orbital. It must contain one unhybridized p orbital. Definitely it should be sp2 hybridized or sp hybridized. It must be sp2 or sp hybridized. So what it indicates, if we take any compound, in the compound, if it is an aromatic compound, definitely every atom should be sp2 hybridized or sp hybridized, right? Now one more condition, we require sidewise overlapping of p orbitals. We require sidewise overlapping of p orbitals. Sidewise overlapping of p orbitals. And one more thing, we require delocalization of pi electrons. This is the important condition. We require delocalization of pi electrons. Delocalization of pi electrons. There must be a continuous conjugation of pi bonding also important. So there must be conjugation. There must be conjugation. This is another condition. Last but not least, the important rule which we are using to predict whether it is an aromatic compound or not aromatic compound, that is none other than Huckel's rule. Huckel's 4n plus 2 pi electron rule. So most of the compounds we can predict whether it is an aromatic compound or not by using this rule. It is a special chemical property of compound and it will give high degree of stability to the compound, which is further associated with resonance energy. If for a particular compound more the resonance energy, more will be its aromaticity as well as more will be its stability. If for suppose if any compound is having high potential energy will further implies low stability for the compound. Greater the resonance energy, more will be its stability and as well as more will be its aromaticity and lesser will be its potential energy. So I am writing that relationship. Aromaticity is directly proportional to resonance energy, also directly proportional to its stability and this aromaticity and resonance energy is inversely proportional to potential energy. Potential energy. Greater the resonance energy, more will be its stability. We'll discuss some compounds. We are comparing benzene with some heterocyclic rings which are having aromaticity. So I am taking pyrrole, furan and thiophene, and one more thing, pyridine I am taking. So the resonance energy of benzene is 36 kilocalorie per mole, whereas for this pyrrole the resonance energy is 20 kilocalorie per mole. The resonance energy is 16 kilocalorie per mole, whereas for this thiophene the resonance energy is around 29 kilocalorie per mole. For this pyridine is about 32 kilocalories per mole. So when we compare all these, it's very clear this benzene is more stable compared with these heterocyclic rings. This benzene is more stable compared with these heterocyclic rings. We can predict this one by using a resonance energy as parameter. Benzene compound. Benzene is an aromatic compound. In benzene, because of delocalization of 3 pi bonds, we are getting ring current. So because of delocalization of these pi electrons here, 6 pi electrons particularly, so this will cause us induced magnetic field. This will cause us induced magnetic field, and here electron is present in clockwise direction. In aromatic compounds, electron is present in clockwise direction. For suppose if we apply external magnetic field here, this external magnetic field is going to opposed by this induced magnetic field. Then there will be a diamagnetic ring current. Diamagnetic ring current. We can observe in aromatic compounds this diamagnetic ring current. So that's why these aromatic compounds also called as diatropic compounds or aromatic compounds simply. But if we take anti-aromatic compounds, in anti-aromatic compounds it will be reverse. In these anti-aromatic compounds, the induced magnetic field and the external magnetic field, they both are aligned with each other. So because of this one, we are getting paramagnetic current. Paramagnetic ring current we are getting. Or this anti-aromatic compounds also called as paratropic compounds or paratropic molecules. Because of these unpaired electrons only, we can observe paramagnetic ring current in case of anti-aromatic compounds. Whereas in aromatic compounds, because paired electrons, we can observe their diamagnetic ring current. Huckel's rule. So according to this rule, each compound which is said to be an aromatic compound must satisfy this rule, that is 4n plus 2 pi electron rule. So each compound which is said to be an aromatic compound must follow this 4n plus 2 pi electron rule. So here n is an integer. N is an integer that may be 0 or 1 or 2 and so on. For suppose if we substitute in place of n 0, so what it becomes? 4 into 0 plus 2, so it becomes 2 pi electrons. And if we substitute in place of n 1, then we are going to get 6 pi electrons. And if we substitute 2, we are going to get 10 pi electrons and 14 pi electrons and so on. So the aromatic compounds will be present with either with 2 pi electrons, or with 6 pi electrons, or with 10 pi electrons, and so on. Anti-aromatic compound. There is a small difference between aromatic compound and anti-aromatic compound. Anti-aromatic compound will satisfy all the conditions which we required for aromatic compound, except one small condition, that is, so we have seen aromatic compounds are satisfying Huckel's 4n plus 2 electron rule, whereas this anti-aromatic compound, instead of that 4n plus 2 pi electron rule, they are satisfying 4n pi electron rule. They are satisfying 4n pi electron rule. Same here also, n is equals to integer. If we substitute 1, we will get 4 pi electrons, and if we substitute 2, we are going to get 8 pi electrons, and similarly we are going to get 12, 16, 20 pi electrons. So the cyclic compounds with all these conditions and 4 electrons or 8 electrons or 12 electrons or 16 pi electrons can be called as an anti-aromatic compounds. Next, if we observe this non-aromatic compound, if any one of these conditions is not fulfilled, then it is readily called as non-aromatic compound. This non-aromatic compound, they may be cyclic, but they may be planar or non-planar. And all the ring atoms need not to be with p orbital, I mean that unhybridized p orbital. So it is not necessary, then they might be present in sp3 or sp or sp. So these are the possible hybridizations for non-aromatic compound, and there is no delocalization of pi electrons, and they may follow 4n pi electrons rule or 4n plus 2 pi electrons rule. Anyone they can follow, or they may not follow even. The stability order of these three types of compounds, aromatic and non-aromatic and aromatic. Aromatic compounds are very stable. They are highly stable when compared with non-aromatic compounds followed by anti-aromatic compounds. So anti-aromatic compounds are the least stable compounds. So their energy profile diagram. So aromatic compounds are very least in energy when compared with non-aromatic compounds and anti-aromatic compounds. So these anti-aromatic compounds are associated with high amount of energy than non-aromatic compounds and aromatic compounds. So these aromatic compounds are very stable. So these are least stable. We can write the stability order also. So stability order, aromatic compounds greater than non-aromatic, followed by anti-aromatic. I am going to write examples on the board. Now we'll predict that particular compound is aromatic compound or not aromatic or anti-aromatic. We'll discuss. Let us discuss all these examples. So in this compound, 2 pi electrons are present, and every atom is sp2, and it is cyclic, and all the atoms are present in same plane. So this is aromatic compound. This is aromatic compound, and we'll come to the next example. Here 6 pi electrons are present, and every carbon atom is present in sp2 hybridization state, but there is no cyclic ring. There is no cyclic ring. So because of that reason, this is not a aromatic compound. And next one here, these 4 carbon atoms are present in sp2 hybridization, but this carbon atom is present in sp3 hybridization. So it is violating the rules of aromatic and anti-aromatic. So because of that reason, this is non-aromatic compound. And next, take this example. Here we are having 4 pi electrons along with positive charge on one carbon. So every carbon is present in sp2 hybridization state with 4 pi electrons. So this is anti-aromatic compound. And if we discuss that last one, every carbon is present in sp2, cyclic structure is present, and planarity is present, and here the number of pi electrons are 6. These two bonds 4 electrons, and here 2 electrons, so totally 6 pi electrons, so it will act as aromatic compound. And next, this one, so in this compound we are having 6 pi electrons, and each carbon is present in sp2 hybridization state except this carbon. This is present in sp3 hybridization state. So this is non-aromatic compound. Next, if we observe this one, this is a cyclic structure and we are having 6 pi electrons, and this carbon also present in sp2. So there is a conjugation. This can act as aromatic. Next, this one, totally here 6 pi electrons are present, and here 2 more pi electrons are present. Totally it will become 8 pi electrons. So 8 pi electrons with all the conditions of aromatic, then it will act as anti-aromatic. And next, this one, see here clearly these two carbons are sp3 hybridized carbons. So definitely this compound will act as non-aromatic compound. It is having 4 pi electrons and each carbon is present in sp2 and cyclic planar. So it is anti-aromatic compound. And next one, this one, in this compound one carbon is present in sp3 hybridization. So clearly it is a non-aromatic compound. And next one, here each carbon is present in sp2 hybridization state and we are having 2 pi electrons, so it will act as aromatic compound. And this one we are having 6 pi electrons, each carbon is sp2 and cyclic ring is present and every carbon is present in same plane, so this will act as aromatic. And next, this one, here same, one carbon is present in sp3, so clearly it is a non-aromatic compound. And last one, see here every carbon is present in sp2 and we are having 4 pi electrons, so it is anti-aromatic compound. Discuss some other examples. So first example, in this first example you might think it is a anti-aromatic compound because here 2 pi electrons are present and here one pi bond is present, so you might consider this pi bond also will be present, will be participating in delocalization. But in practical, here this pi bond is migrated towards oxygen because of electronegativity differences between oxygen and carbon. So because of this reason, this pi bond migrated to this oxygen, then resulted will get negative charge on oxygen and positive charge on this carbon, and this carbon is sp2 now. So 2 pi electrons only involved in the delocalization, but not the pi electrons which are present on oxygen. So this is aromatic compound. Similar thing here, this pi bond is shifted towards oxygen, then only 4 pi electrons are involving in delocalization, so it becomes anti-aromatic compound. Similarly here also, these pi bonds migrated towards oxygen because of electronegativity difference. So what is happening? Only these 2 pi electrons are involving in delocalization and every carbon of this ring is sp2 hybridized. So cyclic ring with 2 pi electron system can act as aromatic. And this thing here, each carbon is present in sp2 hybridization and 3 pi bonds we are having. 3 pi bonds means 6 pi electrons, so this will act as aromatic. And this one also, here 2 electrons, totally 4 and 6, 8, 10. Totally 10 pi electrons. So 10 pi electrons with all sp2 hybridized carbon atom, and the cyclic ring is present and every atom is present in same plane. So this will act as again aromatic. And here, so if we observe here, every carbon is present in sp2 hybridization state with 4 pi bonds. So 4 pi bonds means 8 pi electrons. So if all the atoms are present in same plane, it will act as anti-aromatic compound. But just now we have discussed, no? These anti-aromatic compounds are highly unstable compounds. So because of that reason, these anti-aromatic compounds will loses its planarity to exist as non-aromatic compound to get stability. So because of this reason, this cyclooctatetraene readily exists in the structure of tub, the form of tub. The form of tub, it readily exists to lower its energy or to get high stability. So this is stable form of the cyclooctatetraene. So in this stable form, it is non-aromatic. The compound prefers to be non-aromatic compound and aromatic compound. We'll discuss some heterocyclic compounds. So here, if we see the first compound, this is pyrrole. In this pyrrole, the lone pair which is present on nitrogen will participate in delocalization. So nitrogen is contributing 2 electrons for delocalization, and in that ring already 4 pi electrons are present. So totally it becomes 6 pi electrons. So it will act as aromatic compound. Whereas in the case of this compound, this name is furan. In this furan, one lone pair of oxygen will involve in delocalization, and this lone pair will not involve in delocalization. So this will not involve in delocalization, whereas this lone pair will involve, and it becomes 6 pi electrons, and again it will act as aromatic compound. Similar thing here, only one lone pair of sulfur will be involving in delocalization. So only one will be involved and one lone pair will not be involved. This is due to the alignment of orbitals. So this will act as aromatic again. But in the case of this pyridine, this compound name is pyridine, this is thiophene. In this pyridine, the lone pair which is present on the nitrogen, this will not involve in the conjugation or delocalization. This is because if we observe its structure with orbitals, so every carbon is having unhybridized p orbital. Yeah, here on nitrogen we are having one lone pair, and that lone pair is present in one orbital. The orbital of this lone pair is present perpendicular to the unhybridized p orbitals of carbon. So when they are present in same plane, or when they are present in parallel direction, then only overlapping is possible, then they can involve in delocalization. But here the lone pair which is present on nitrogen is perpendicular to the p orbital of carbon. So because of this reason, this lone pair is not going to involve in delocalization. So this nitrogen will not contribute that lone pair, and here already we are having 6 pi electrons. So 6 pi electrons with cyclic structure, it will act as aromatic. So without involving of this lone pair in delocalization, this pyridine will act as a aromatic compound. So here I want to give one small conclusion, that is, so when nitrogen is present like this, when nitrogen is present by having one double bond and single bond, in such conditions this nitrogen lone pair will not be involved in delocalization. It will not be involved in delocalization. So it won't contribute its lone pair for the delocalization. So when nitrogen is present like this in any cyclic ring, then this lone pair can readily participates in delocalization. So this will participate, this will not participate. So we'll see. So if we observe in this compound, we are having two types of nitrogen. So just now I mentioned this is very similar to this one. So nitrogen is having double bond and one single bond. In such conditions, this lone pair will not be involved in delocalization. Then what about other nitrogen? This nitrogen will contribute its lone pair in delocalization. Then here 2, here 4, already 6 pi electrons. So this will act as aromatic compound. And next in this case, this nitrogen will not donate and this nitrogen will donate. So totally 6 pi electrons. Again it will be aromatic. And here see, we are having two similar type of nitrogens like this. So these two lone pairs of two nitrogens will not be involved in delocalization. Still it is acting as aromatic compound with 6 pi electrons already, which are already present in that compound. So this is aromatic. And here in this compound, two nitrogen, again similar. So they won't contribute any lone pairs in delocalization. Even without donating these two lone pairs, still it is acting as aromatic compound because of these 6 pi electrons. And here also same thing. This nitrogen lone pair will not be involved, and this nitrogen lone pair also will not be involved in delocalization, even though it will act as aromatic compound. For example, this is indole. So already there are 8 pi electrons, and this nitrogen will contribute these 2 pi electrons I already mentioned. So total it will become 10 pi electrons. So this indole will act as aromatic compound, and this is benzofuran. Similar thing here, one lone pair of oxygen will be participating in delocalization or conjugation, we can say. So this is also acting as aromatic compound. And this benzothiophene, in this compound also one lone pair of sulfur only participating in conjugation will act as aromatic compound. And here in this case, one lone pair of oxygen will participate in delocalization, whereas another pair of oxygen will not participate. So already 6 are there and 2, totally 8. So 8 pi electrons, it is anti-aromatic compound. And here also these oxygen will contribute one lone pair and this oxygen will contribute another lone pair. Already 4 are there and 4 extra. So totally it becomes 8 pi electrons. So it will act as anti-aromatic compound. Next this one. So here the hybridization of boron is sp2 and sp2 carbons are present and cyclic ring. So this will act as anti-aromatic because presence of 4 pi electrons. Similar thing here. Here 6 pi electrons are there with sp2 hybridized boron. So this will act as aromatic compound. And this one, because transannular interactions of these two hydrogens, it will act as non-aromatic compound. Because here planarity is missing because of two transannular hydrogen interactions. And if we take in this compound, here every carbon is present in sp2 except this carbon. Except this carbon. This carbon is present out of the plane. But even though the existing planarity is sufficient to act as aromatic compound. So this one will act as aromatic compound. And here also, so here I have written X. So in place of X we can write N or oxygen, nitrogen or oxygen we can take. Even though still this compound will act as aromatic. And last one, here also one carbon is out of lane, but the existing planarity is sufficient for overlapping to exist as aromatic compound. Aromatic compound. So these are the different examples where they can ask in exam. Thanks for watching my video. Please subscribe my channel and like my videos, and please share my videos with your friends, and please post your opinions in comment section. It really means a lot for us.